Good morning, Sandy. Nice to see you here. Good morning, Joe. Good morning. Good morning, Cleany. Good morning, Mellow. Good morning, Nerdster. There's my guy. Corey. Buenos dias, feliz miércoles. Happy Wednesday. Zozo LSD. Melody, Dawn. Melody, I haven't seen you in a little while. Very, very nice to see you this morning. Ah, that's a pleasant surprise. Good morning. Good morning to one. Good morning to all. Well, we have some interesting stuff to go over this morning. And then, of course, a really wonderful verse from the Tao Te Ching. We're really motoring through that. We're already up to verse, what, 57 is it? Or I think 57? 50. Make that 58. Verse 58. Not that many left to go. For those of you that are like, Pops, can we talk about something else? Give us just a few more. It goes up to 81. And then we'll be there. But yeah, we're motoring right along. Heading right towards our anniversary. Good morning. You know, Joe, that's a good question. Mark EZ, I have not heard from. Does anybody have an IG page for Mark? If they do, I'll reach out to him. That's a good question. I'll reach out to Mark if somebody can give me an address, a way to reach him. Good morning, Corey. Melody. Good morning. The Wizzy, the Wazzy, Wazerton, Wazolio, Was, Amovich, Wazaheim. Yeah, nerd, same here. I hope he's doing okay too. Sometimes people take a break, take a downside for a minute. Be still and listen to the silent voice of the universe. Good morning, Kim Kim. Good morning, Shroom, I dig you. Good morning. Everybody that's here this morning, don't forget to go to your chat options and click on all chat. You probably default to top chat and don't even know it. So check your chat options. Good morning, Herbie Von Werby Kabroken Furby Kabop. Did you know that a Furby was one of the answers on Jeopardy yesterday? Was it yesterday or the day before? The answer was Furby on one of the questions, and I was like, there's Herbie. Herbie almost made it onto Jeopardy. But instead, his cohort Furby made it. We'll be seeing Herbie on there soon. Good morning. Kimberly, saying it to everybody all at once. Good morning. 24 and 17. Now, Herbie, you and your wife watch Jeopardy, don't you? HB's saying Mark Easy's probably fine. Did you guys send him something? Tonight's Mystic Journeys Church will be on. Ray Cook, Yeah, that's what I thought, Herb. So you probably heard that answer. Good morning, everybody. It's going to be way back Wednesday at Mystic Journeys Church, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube at Mystic Journeys Church. I did not get a chance to watch Derek Anderson last night because I was watching something else. But I missed Derek. Good morning. Failures of kindness. Let's call it feedback of kindness. We'll call it feedback. Oh, so do you tape it, Herbie? Thank you for the update, HB. So, Herbie, do you tape it? Or do you might miss a day or two here or there? If you're anything like my mom, you tape it, you watch it before I get in there, and then when I'm watching it, I don't realize I'm watching a tape of it. I think it's live. You stream it from Peacock. I get it. That makes sense. So you can sit down and watch 2 or 3. You can binge Jeopardy. That's cool. Well, look for one of the answers on one of the, I forget even the category, but the answer's Furby. Yeah, Corey. Herbie Wan Kenobi. He's basically doing a playoff on Wan Kenobi. Okay? Joe Dees, that's what my mom did. Then she acted like she would know all the answers. I'm not kidding you. I'm like, how does my mom know all of these? I'm pretty sharp, and my mom would keep score. She had a little score pad, and she'd keep track of who got the question right and how much. I'm competing against an 84-year-old. The college rounds, that's still tough, Waz. If you got them all right, that's still a tough round. The college rounds, those kids are sharp. Those kids are really sharp. Oh, I know, Corey. I've been calling him Herbie on Wordy Kebab for years. I have to add the kebab. When you meet Herbie in person, you'll know why you say kebab. She would, yes, Kim, the answer is yes. She would sing along with that 30-second tune that they give you on the Final Jeopardy. Herbie, I'm agreeing with you. Tournament of Champions is not made for the average brain. Those guys, they know stuff. It's like, how did they know that? Anytime they get into opera or Broadway shows or anything old music, I'm out. I'm out. That Jeopardy song makes my mind go blank. That's it. Even though you wagered it all, my mom and I would sit there and wager based off our balances, just like they do on the show. Is that silly? It was the way we bonded, though. My mom, I love my mom. Coming up April 2nd will be the 8th anniversary of Mom moving on to her next cycle. And myself and family desperately miss her. Desperately miss her. Any of the history categories, Pops runs them. American history last night. Too easy. Would you guys ask a hard one, please? Chemistry, forget about it. I can't do chemistry. I don't do chemistry. Chemistry, I'm like, weak. Weak. There's certain categories I'm like, yes, that's my category. And then there's other categories I'm like, yeah, put the buzzer down, Pops. Put the buzzer down. Mm. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, they released, this is old school. They released, let me turn this around. They released a Jeopardy board game. It was the goofiest little thing because it was like a plastic square with slots, and you would put little pieces of paper that came with the game for $100 answer, $200 answer, $300 answer, and then behind it was the question. And you would load the game up and then sit around and the players, the people playing at home, the game provided you with little clickers. You know that little clicker that it's just like, it's a little metal clicker. There were like 4 or 5 of the little clickers, okay, in the box. And you would click if you thought you knew the answer. And whoever was around the table that clicked first got the first shot at the answer. Those same clickers, I think I saw them on Band of Brothers, that they would use to like let the other American GI know, click, click, like really an old tool, the clicker. Give me 5 people, give me 2. Then remember the clicker that came with the Jeopardy game. Now, come on, man, we're probably talking the 70s here. Excuse me. Do you remember? Unfortunately, I do, Greenie says. Do you remember the clicker that came in the box? I'd love to get a hold of, I bet you can probably, get a hold of that game. They still had it in 86, yeah, because we hadn't gone computered yet. You can train a dog with those clickers. You were training everybody around the Jeopardy table, that's for sure. Yeah, Jeopardy has been in my family since Art Fleming in the 60s. It's Jeopardy time, kids! My mom would yell out. And we'd all pour in from wherever our bedrooms, sit in a semicircle around that TV console. I think it was even black and white. We didn't get a color TV till the early 70s. Excuse me. Something on my tongue. We didn't get a color TV until the early 70s. We were like the last ones on the block. Okay. Yeah. It was in Normandy, France. That's right. They were using those as little codes for the GIs. Oh, our family would sit in a semicircle around the TV, and the kids almost never knew the answers. We would pipe up once in a while, but my mom and dad would slay the game. So I'm telling you right now, Jeopardy is in my blood. I'm not sure if I told you guys that I was on Jeopardy, but that's another story. I don't want to talk about me. Good morning, Raven 2. That's a whole nother story. Cyber Jolie, you had to get your own color TV, huh? Our color TV our black and white wasn't black and white TV. It was green and white. So it's one of those. Oh. HB, I'll do that as soon as it stops being freezing cold. I had planned on pulling it out this spring. But right now, I have to trudge through the snow. Okay? Joe, I'll get that information one of these days, but it just turns out to be an ego trip for me. Okay? And I'm literally the last 7 years of my life, I've been working on my ego. Okay? Oh. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune's... Back in the day, Wheel of Fortune, it's a lot harder now. Back in the day, I used to think you have to take a test to get on Wheel of Fortune, and you have to fail it. Wheel of Fortune was for those that couldn't make it to Jeopardy. Okay? It was like, it's way too easy. Come on, man. We used to tease in our family. Oh, those are for the people that can't make it on Jeopardy. Now it's not as easy. And by the way, I think Ryan Seacrest is doing a fantastic job. I don't even miss Pat Sajak. I mean, I miss him just nostalgically. But if you ask me, just watching Ryan Seacrest, and I was never a big, I've never been like fanned out for Ryan. Woz once does. Woz wants Vanna White to give him a vowel personally. If she saw your wonderful hair, she probably would, Woz. Okay? But we used to tease. Like, who thinks Ryan Seacrest is doing a good job? Am I the only one? Kim, what do you think? Aaron, Vanna still's looking amazing, though. Come on. Whatever her Dorian Gray picture in the attic is, don't go up and look at the picture, Vanna. Okay? Just leave that picture in the attic. Those of you that know the story of Dorian Gray, the portrait of Dorian Gray. I think he's doing a good job, Kim. Okay. All right. Vanna's not just pretty, Melody Dawn. She's in amazing shape, right? And then, has she ever worn the same outfit twice? Just asking. Has she ever worn the same outfit twice? Oh, I Dream of Jeannie was pretty. You know who, like, my favorite back in the day was Shirley Partridge, the Partridge mom. What was her name? Shirley Jones? The Partridge mother. I was like, I can't wait to watch the Partridge Family. And everybody was like after Susan Day, the older daughter. And I was like, no, give me the mom. I want the mom. Okay? And that was kind of a look, too, wasn't it? Didn't Florence Henderson from the Brady Bunch look a lot like her? Florence didn't do it for me, though. Okay? Aaron's all over those TVs. Florence didn't do it. Bewitched, yeah. Yeah, Bewitched was, and Jeannie. I Dream of Jeannie. She really did, Cyber Jolie, you're right. But then I Dream of Jeannie, too. Remember? Oh, yeah. Jeannie was as, like, risque with that outfit that they let her wear as you could get on TV. I couldn't stand the Captain Astronaut guy, though. He bugged me. Larry Hagman. And then when he went on to be on Dynasty, I'm like, yeah, same guy. I didn't like Larry Hagman. Good actor, though. I mean, I'm just talking about the character. I liked his sidekick on I Dream of Jeannie. I forget the guy's name. But he was like the backup astronaut. Okay? I could go for Linda Carter all day, was. Elvira scared me. I thought Elvira would vampire it. Okay? I didn't do that. Dallas, is that what it is? Anyways, we're walking down memory lane right there, aren't we not? Are we not? Welcome to memory lane. I love when we get nostalgic here. A lot of you guys have had the same cultural experiences, and we lived in just all over the United States, but we had the same cultural experiences. And I consider that pretty darn cool. Okay? That we can all relate, and we weren't in the same living room. We can all relate. So magic mushrooms. Magic mushrooms. What a phenomenal. One of these days, Four-Leaf Gidget was amazing. When she did the singing nun, I just wanted to fly around with her. I said, if I could wear one of those hats that she's wearing, could I fly too? Remember the hat she wore, or the hat that she wore with the big old wings on it? No wonder she flew. Okay? HP was worried about getting cooties. Oh, there's a word from the blast from the past. But Gidget, when she was surfing, was hot. Gidget, Sally Fields still a good-looking lady. I like Sally Fields. Sally Fields, good lady. Magic mushrooms. They are indeed. And I'm not just talking about. Gidget was better than Flying Nun. Flying Nun wasn't around long enough. Okay? But Gidget. Oh yeah. Gidgy, give me some Gidgy. Cooties, that's a good word, HB. I haven't heard cooties in a coon's age. How long is a coon's age? Somebody look that up. Please? Somebody look up how long is a coon's age. I use that saying once in a while and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay? How long is a coon's age? Somebody let us know. There's got to be a number. Magic mushrooms are good morning, Jesus Christ. Good morning, my good friend. HB's been waiting for you. He's locked and loaded, ready for you. Four Leaf wants to know how long is a piece of string. That's a good one, Four Leaf. How long? Infinite, perhaps? Depends. Like a foot of string is a foot long, basically. It just means a very long time or several years. Thank you, nerdy. Okay, well, let's do this then. Go look up how long raccoons live. How long does a raccoon live? Come on, researchers. How long does a raccoon live? Oh, Freddie. I have one of those. It was sent to me by Sandman. Joe Jesus saying 25 years. Raccoons only live 2 to 3 years in the wild. That's not that long. So you say a coon's age, you're only talking 2 to 3 years? Melody's saying 12 to 15. Maybe that's a guess. Who's looked it up? What does the internet tell us? What does the internet tell us? They can live 10 to 20 in captivity, but 2 to 3 in the wild. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Niffy, that's a wow, wow, wow. What a difference between the wild and in captivity. And yet I bet they'd rather be free. That's great, Sarah. Coon is a shortening of raccoon, which is derived from the Algonquin word arguacone, meaning he scratches with his hands. Jesus Christ would ask, what does he scratch? Jesus, I got there before you. I got there before you this time. What the heck is he scratching? Okay. Pops, calm down. Are we having fun? Let's get serious. Or shall we just continue to have fun? 50 people, 34 likes. We can smash the like button, can't we? That'll help more people on the planet Earth hang in here with us. Okay? I don't have raccoons around here. We have skunks. I would rather have a raccoon. I would much rather have a raccoon here than skunks. Queenie says hitting the like button improves your libido. Does it? Well, then Jesus Christ is slamming that thing. Look at HB all over it. I would like a fox too. Foxes actually become somewhat of a pet. Not ones you want in the house or anything, but they'll come back around and they'll be pretty darn friendly if you feed them. Mushrooms are amazing. They are an amazing, not plant, not animal, but something else. And the way they've evolved, isn't it amazing how they've evolved? Let's read this quick article. This is a really neat, it's just, I'm consistently pleased when I read and hear about the more and more research that are being done on psilocybin mushrooms. More specifically, psilocybin cubensis, because that's what I happen to grow. Okay? Thank you for doing that research for us this morning, coonheads. Thank you. Vadel Dermaz. Good morning. Vadette Dermaz. What's a coy wolf? It's a hybrid of a timber wolf and a coyote. And we have them here in Michigan, do we? Do we, Aaron? A coy wolf. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Speaking of wolves, we've got to start out with that, don't we? I forgot. Let's look that up. Okay, let's look that up. Wolf as spirit animal. We were doing spirit animals this week, and we said we were going to do wolf today, and I actually forgot till you just mentioned that. Okay? Here we go. The wolf spirit animal symbolizes sharp intelligence, deep intuition, freedom, and a strong social connection or loyalty to the pack. As a spirit guide, the wolf represents a powerful, often untamed teacher that encourages balancing intense personal independence with the needs of a community, while fostering resilience and self-awareness. All of this clicks when you read it, because that does align with the animal, doesn't it? Have a great day, Nerdster. Intelligence and instinct. Wolves are known for their keen intuition and sharp wit, often appearing to guide individuals to trust their own inner voices and instincts. Freedom and autonomy. They represent a strong desire for personal freedom and the courage to walk one's own path. If that's your spirit animal, dial in. Loyalty and social structure. Wolf energy highlights the importance of family, cooperation, and loyalty to the pack, representing deep emotional connections. As a teacher and a guide, in many traditions, the wolf is a teacher, helping to navigate life's challenges with patience and wisdom. Shadow work. The wolf can appear as a guide during times of transition, helping to confront fears and embrace personal strength. Meditation. Use guided meditations that focus on the wolf's energy to foster self-discovery and intuition. Observing nature. Spend time in nature to connect with the wild, untamed essence of the wolf. Wolves sound cool. I thought they were going to be meaner than this. Reflections. What is a wolf in your dreams? Pay attention to dreams or visions of wolves, which appear during periods of necessary personal transformation. Embracing individuality. Actively work on balancing your own needs with those of your pack. In other words, friends, family, and community. The role of the wolf as a guide. The wolf acts as a guide to help you find balance between your need for personal freedom and your responsibility to others. They are often seen as guardians, providing protection and wisdom to help you navigate through difficult, confusing situations. The wolf encourages you to honor your instincts, even if it means going against the grain. Different type of wolf spirit meanings. The lone wolf symbolizes introspection, self-reliance, and finding strength in solitude. The pack member symbolizes community and collaboration and the power of teamwork. The white wolf, often found in myth, represents spiritual guidance, purity, and protection. Wolf's cool. All of these spirit animals so far. So far today, this week we've done the owl, we've done the deer, we did a wolf, and tomorrow we're going to do bear. And we haven't figured out what we're going to do for Friday yet. Give me 5 people that like this segment, the spirit animal segment. It clicks when we read this. It clicks for me. I'm a big animal lover, Niffy, just like you. And I like how, Captain Obvious, go back and watch Monday's program. I hate calling it a show, because it's not a show. I barely call it a program. It's whatever we are, our stream or something. But I like the segment. And it just appeared out of nowhere because I started reading about the owl. So we're going to be doing bears tomorrow. And then we'll figure out group conscience, consensus. What are we going to, what animal will we discuss on Friday? We might be able to roll this over for another week. There's plenty of animals out there. Anthony, program sounds a lot better than show. 100%. I was thinking that one, 4-leaf, either hawk or eagle for Friday. But we'll see. You guys will decide tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow. Now I don't have time to read the article that I was going to read, so I'll read that article tomorrow. Okay. I can barely wait, says Sarah Bear. I get it. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, we still haven't done a dog, a cat, a horse. Yeah, there's a lot of spirit animals. Let's do this segment. I like the segment. Especially because we believe in being nature and doing the Tao, right? That all-encompassing energy of the universe and nature. So, tomorrow we'll discuss this article that I want to talk to you about regarding the evolution of the mushroom. Okay? Ansenmeyer, do you consider our talking about spirit animals a religious subject? I don't. I think it, especially because it crosses many cultures and it's not religion specific at all. Matt Manzini, what a kind thing. How do I donate to you? Matt Manzini, how do I donate to you? That would be a better question. How do we donate to each other? Matt, send me an email and be prepared. Send me an email. It's all one word, lowercase, the Detroit Mush Lab, L-A-B, at gmail.com. And I'll figure out what I can do for you. But that was very kind, Matt. Okay? HB, what are you calling pathetic? It's got to be Jesus Christ. That's you and Jesus. You have your own thing going on. Okay? No religion here until Pop slips up and starts doing it. And no politics until Pops slips up and starts doing that. I'm trying to um, keep my political opinions to myself and actually have much less than I've ever had before. I am not about being negative about any politician ever again. I'm not. Thank you, Pacer. So are you. I am not about being, I am working diligently, and I still slip up. Um, every once in a while, and especially with my family because I feel so safe. And I have one sister who has extremely strong political opinions that I typically agree with. So she'll say something, and it's not usually positive, and I click the like button, or I like put a heart next to her comment, and then I go, because I want to stay engaged with her, right? And not make her think that I'm not paying attention to her text to me. But by the same token, I'm sort of co-signing the things she's saying when I put a little emoji on her comment to me. And so I'm working on that. I really am. Other people are already starting to get it. I've stopped receiving in many instances. Do you guys get what I'm talking about? Sometimes you feel like this force to put an emoji. You may agree with it, but you probably shouldn't be. And you do it. Do you get what I'm talking about? I find myself slipping, I'm going away from that, but I'm not perfect yet. I've got a lot to work on my impeccability about my use of emojis. I need more impeccability relative to my use of emojis. Does anybody else agree with that? Who else does? Who can admit their emoji use could use a little more impeccability? Okay? The emojis make it too easy. Okay? Taylor admits it. Who admits it? Give me a couple more people. Taylor and I cannot possibly be alone here. Okay? We cannot possibly be alone. Clicking on the emoji to agree. But, I didn't really say anything. The emoji said plenty. Let's be honest. Okay? Fight the desire to hit like or thirst on traps. Yeah, 100%. Be impeccability. Greenie. Perfect. That's perfect. Greenie, you are good at that. Putting two words together like that. I love it. HP just says read them all. Put them all. That was good, Greenie. Be impeccability. Okay? Same here, Cyber. Well, I wasn't on dozens. But I do still, in my DM, I still do receive some people send me negative reels about our political, our politicians. And I have, I'm almost there impeccably. I just don't reply. And then once you stop replying, you're basically training people on what kind of reels to send you. Does that make sense? We have the power to train the people that send us reels by responding or not responding. Does that make sense? Just don't reply. And people start going, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one, Kim. Train your algorithm. Train yourself, and your algorithm will follow. Okay? It's weird about the word algorithm. The only time I'd ever heard of algorithm was back in calculus class. All of a sudden, I think I say algorithm like 5 times a day. Okay? Darn it. Algorithms have trained me to say algorithm. Ironically. Al Gore's rhythm. Is that where your head goes, Captain Obvious? I get it. Yeah. I really believe, I know Niffy. They've studied us, they have all the data on us, they know what stuff to send us and what not. Right? Just as we want to be impeccable with our word, we want to be impeccable with our emojis. I'm finding that out. Impecamoji. Okay? Mm-hmm. Be impecamoji. Who's the opposite of sexist? JC and IA? We know that. We know how pure his heart really is. His form of interfacing with us is through his inordinately lowbrow humor. Okay? And we don't mind. But just him. I think our algorithm does train us, and I think we should be able to flip that around. We did an experiment where we showed that we control our algorithm, not the internet. Interesting. We should hear more about that one of these days. Captain Obvious, he's an equal opportunity offender. Greenie, potty humor is his love language. Greenie, you're on fire this morning. Okay, you're killing the game. 58th verse. Let's dive into it. The 58th verse. Leon Willis. I have a dog that I love, and my dog loves me. Little Ruffy. 58th verse of the Tao Te Ching. Let's go. You guys I've had a fun morning just chatting. We didn't have to read anything, or just a fun morning chatting. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the comments and the interaction, and just the playfulness. Good morning. What a great way to start our day. It's a dose a day. Greenie's killing it. One more time. 58th verse of the Tao Te Ching. This is how we're going to end. We'll have about a half-hour class. Okay? Oh, that's nice, Herbie. Thank you. We're going to have about a half-hour class on this verse, so let's get started. When the ruler knows his own heart, the people are simple and pure. When he meddles with their lives, they become restless and disturbed. Bad fortune is what good fortune leans on. Good fortune is what bad fortune hides in. Who knows the ultimate end of this process? Is there no norm of right? Yet what is normal soon becomes abnormal. People's confusion is indeed long-standing. Thus the master. Thanks, Joe, for hitting every emoji on the planet. Thus the master is content to serve as an example and not to impose his will. He is pointed, but does not pierce. He straightens, but does not disrupt. He illuminates, but does not dazzle. Let me tell you what, I looked into some of the ancient Chinese interpretations of this verse. Here's a couple of things that I found. Wang Pi said, "Those who are good at governing use neither laws nor measures. Thus the people find nothing to attack." Li Hai Chai says, "When the government makes no demands on the people respond with openness instead of cleverness. When the government makes demands, the people use every means to escape. The government that stands aloof leaves power with the people. The government that steps in takes that power away. As one gains, the other loses. As one meets with happiness, the other encounters misery. And one more. Lu Nung Shi said, only those who are free of directness can transcend the appearance of good and evil and eliminate happiness and misery. For they alone know the end. Meanwhile, those who cannot reach the state where they aren't direct, who remain in the realm of good and evil, suffer happiness and misery as if they were on a wheel that carries them far away. That's binary thinking. Good, evil. Happy, sad. Black, white. The Tao is not binary by any means. Even yin and yang is not a binary concept. Soon we'll have a class on yin and yang. Lao Tzu called the world of 10,000 things. Now obviously there's a lot more things in the world than 10,000, but he used the phrase 10,000 things to basically mean everything. He just didn't have time to list all 10,000 and more. The world of 10,000 things excuse me, is also called the world of changing. You see it in your ever-altering life. However, all things on the planet are in constant motion. As Albert Einstein once observed, nothing happens until something moves. This 58th verse of the Tao Te Ching stresses that there's another way to see the world beyond the binary view. One that virtually guarantees that you'll be untroubled by good or bad fortune. Instead of only noticing the constantly shifting energy patterns of the material world, this verse invites you to let yourself focus on the unchanging Tao. Like most humans, this is going to be true. Like most humans, you probably want your surroundings to be permanent and steady, reliable, secure, and predictable. We don't like change. In the human construct, and the world didn't tell us, that didn't teach us that everything's changing constantly. We want to be secure in our little cocoons. However, your reality unequivocally insists that you take into account the opposite and unpredictable that are present in every experience you have. After all, even the landscape that surrounds you is far from orderly. Mountain ranges go up and valleys go down. Trees tower over shrubs, and cloud formations are ominously black at times and fluffy white at others. In every perfectly sunny day, there's a storm hiding. And the unexpected are the norm of nature. Hills and dales are the way of the 10,000 things. Change your view of the peaks and valleys of all of life to an attitude that allows you to discover what's hidden in both of those experiences. Begin to see wholeness rather than good or bad fortune. See opposites as part of oneness. rather than disrupting surprises. In a world of pure Taoist unity, there's no good or bad luck. It's indivisible. What you're calling bad fortune has good just waiting to emerge because it's the other half. This is so important for mental health. If we can rearrange our worldview to be more aligned with this, our mental health drastically increases. Drastically. There is no good or bad, people. It's all part of one. And this is so hard for us to grasp in our Western civilization. It's not how our brain was trained. It's not how we were communicated from the time of our childhood. Back to our baby as an example. The baby knows no good. The baby knows no bad. The baby sees wholeness, oneness. It's only when it starts getting polluted by the views of the world that those ideas start getting programmed into it. See wholeness in places of good or bad fortune. That's Lao Tzu's advice to us. When anyone is in the midst of an experience you believe is fortunate, such as a blissful relationship, financial success, excellent health, a great job with a new promotion, or children excelling in school, know that all of that is subject to change. Accumulated wealth has poverty in it too. And of course the same is true during the periods that are generally thought of as unfortunate. Your life itself is the perfect place to personalize your ability to live untroubled by good or bad fortune. The sage, the master, lives in a place where he doesn't buy into the idea that that's good fortune or that's bad fortune. I'm experiencing good luck, bad luck. He's living centered, knowing that it's all changeable. And if you can experience one side, you can automatically experience the other side. This really applies for me. I can apply this in so many areas where I'm feeling negative. I'm like, wait, there's a positive angle to this. I need to find that. And when I found the positive angle to the negative thing, I'm experiencing wholeness. Give me 5 people that think that's better for your brain and your emotions. Because ultimately, otherwise we end up dwelling in one of the two places. Don't we? We end up dwelling there. Causes a lot of depression, inordinate anxiety. And if we could just retrain our brain to see this stuff as a wholeness and compare it to nature, our mental health scores can go off the charts. And the healthier you are mentally, the more you want to give. It's almost like a cosmic reaction to mental health. Good mental health. Rather than calling youth an aspect of good fortune, and old age as a mark of bad fortune, know that the youth you were is part of the wholeness of your age. The elderly individual you may become is part of the wholeness of your development through the levels of change that are your physical existence. Our life is a perfect example of wholeness. Youth, old age. It's all one life. Life has death concealed in it. So know your own heart and let your conduct be consistent with the Tao by not imposing your will. He talks about it in the verse. Be pointed, straight, and illuminating without piercing, disrupting, or dazzling. Let me reread those. He is pointed, but does not pierce. He straightens, but does not disrupt. You ever had somebody come in the room, they want it all straightened up? Get out, come on it! Drill instructors. Oh, drill instructors. They want to straighten you, but they disrupt. Be a straightener without disrupting. Illuminate, but do not dazzle. Dazzle is ego. Illumination is nature. When bad fortune feels so troublesome that you can't get unstuck, see that good fortune is leaning on it. Good fortune is in there too. But we dwell on the bad fortune. I'm going to say it's not a fault. It's a human construct, especially Western civilization, especially the society and cultures that we grew up in. There's always a bad guy and a good guy. A white hat and a black hat. That's what we were taught. And then you start identifying, well, I'm a black hat. I'm not a good guy. We've also been taught fat and skinny. We've been taught beauty and ugly. We've been taught smart and dumb. And none of those exist except for in our interpretation of the world. But not in nature's. There's some things in nature I look at and I'm like, ew, look at that thing. And there's other things you're like, oh, that's so beautiful. Nature has them both. And it doesn't discriminate which it's going to grow or sprout. It has them all. Nature doesn't dwell on beauty or ugly. It doesn't define itself that way. It defines itself as being whole and complete. I need to practice that. I need to stop looking in the mirror and saying you're an ugly guy. I need to stop looking in the mirror and tell myself, boy, you're something else, buddy. Look at how great you are. I need to stop all of those. And say I'm a whole and complete being. And I'm perfect just the way I am. Mental health. Can you imagine that? Mental health. You're perfect just the way you are. If you perceive yourself anything different, you're buying into the world's view. Can I get an amen? Anybody agree with that? I'm not saying that we're perfect yet, but look at it. Practice that. Practice that minute you're about to tell yourself you're dumb and say, you know what, you're smart too. I need to see myself as a whole being, not the one side or the other side. That's the worldview. And it's not healthy. 40% of Americans are diagnosed with depression because we look at the politics, we look at the economics, we look at everything around us except for nature. Isn't that true? Reorient your view. HB's right. It's insane. We do it to ourselves. We label ourselves, let alone labeling others. Oh my God, are we good at labeling everyone else? Based off of the world. And it's a practice. I practice it daily now. And I'm not perfect at it. I'm getting better because I try to be better. I'm more conscious of it. Example, what we talked about this morning. Every time I emoji some negative comment, I'm buying into the worldview. Every time I emoji a wonderful thing, I'm actually buying into the worldview. I want my own view. And I want it to align with nature and think more like the Tao. The Tao is not some big, hard to understand thing. It's the energy of the complete cosmos that I'm a part of. I'm one beat. You're one beat. We're all one beat in the heart of humanity. I couldn't be beating if you weren't. When you feel overpoweringly discouraged during a trip through the valley of despair, it can feel as if that's all there is. If you're unable to see a circumstance or a situation as part of a larger picture, remind yourself that good fortune is leaning on the bad one, just as morning follows night. Nature. I see it in nature every day if I stop and I observe. It's never always night. It's never always day. There's a complete cycle. When things are always wonderful, they're not going to stay that way, Pops. Bad fortune is within the good fortune. With wholeness as a backdrop, rely on the knowledge of day following night at these times. That's so perfect. It's never always one or the other in nature, only in the human construct. Kimberly's telling us, from a physics professor point of view, change is the only constant. Remember what was said at the very beginning. Albert Einstein once said, nothing happens until something moves. Keep in mind that when you've reached the valley floor, what's the only direction, you guys? When you've reached the valley floor, what's the only direction? I'll wait for a couple answers. It's important that you answer, because then you're understanding. You're seeing it. What's the only answer? When you've reached the valley floor, guys are answering. Some of you. The only way is upward. The only way. Things will definitely get better. Your luck will change. Your scarcity will turn into abundance. It inevitably will, because you see it in nature. This is because good fortune is invisibly there in all moments of despair. It's inevitably there. It's part of it. But we don't focus on that part, do we? Not because it's our fault. We've been programmed to focus on just the binary. It's either good or it's bad. The Tao tells us it's both. It's both. Good fortune is invisibly there in all moments of despair. And you want to learn to live untroubled by both of them. We find trouble when it's not even there. Thank you, Michael, you too. Do the Tao now. Spend a day noticing what aspects of life fall into the categories of fortunate and unfortunate. List them under the titles at the end of the day. And then explore each of them when you won't be interrupted. A little journaling. Allow yourself to either feel each one physically in your body or see it as an image that presents itself to you. Now, without trying to change it in any way, allow yourself to observe the subject with eyes closed, just as if it were a kaleidoscope, or life itself. Watch it and permit it to flow through you. The same way the clouds drift in the sky, the same way the night turns to day. The same way, this is beautiful, rain evaporates. I have a puddle outside somewhere on my sidewalk. There's like a dip in the sidewalk. And when it rains, I have this big puddle. And it's so beautiful for me to watch. And I mean this. Like the sidewalk on either side of the puddle is drying up. But you still have this puddle. And slowly over the course of a day or two, the puddle evaporates. And all that evaporation, all of that moisture goes up into the clouds. And soon, I have another puddle. And then I get to watch that puddle evaporate. The puddle never stays, but it comes back. And then it goes. And then it comes back. And I literally watch my puddle. I look, oh, the puddle's almost dry. Knowing full well there'll be a puddle there again. Can I live my life like that? Observe the things in nature. The easiest one is night and day. But check out puddles too. It's darn amazing. And you're looking at it and go, that really is a metaphor for life. That silly little puddle in the sidewalk outside my house. Confusion comes and it goes. When you're living untroubled by good fortune or bad. Be untroubled in your unfortunate time, knowing fortune's coming. Right, Mr. Phillips? The cycle never stops. Thank you guys for today. We had a beautiful chat this morning. We had a bunch of goofballs here. I love it when we get nostalgic and we all compare our childhoods and fond memories. Living a life of wholeness. We weren't taught that, but we can practice it. Getting 5 people here that are going to choose to practice living more wholly and not so binary. Just give me 5. You know what? I understand the concept and I'm going to practice it. This is our gym here. We need to do reps to get stronger, don't we? We gotta work out. And I'm saying it takes work. It takes observing and understanding and desire to be a master of your own life. Mastery comes with what? Balance. Balance, I tell you. And it takes practice. Especially when we're fighting, in my case, 60 years of programming. But the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. The more mental health you will gain. So practice these 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. And we're going to put a little parenthetical phrase in there. And your emojis. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Be impecamoji. Okay? Don't take things personal. The universe does not. It has no ego. It doesn't ask you what you think or what you feel. It just does what it's going to do. The puddle will come and the puddle will go. It's nothing personal. Have no expectations. Make no assumptions. Observe and live accordingly. And ultimately, this is our gym, our mental health gym. Do your best today to live in wholeness, one day at a time. Be aware of the things that you categorized previously as fortunate and unfortunate, and realize you couldn't have one without the other. Just for today. Right, old Zion? It was really nice to see a lot of you here today. We saw a couple of old friends and we have some new. I love it. And I thank you guys for being here and giving me the opportunity to study and share and give. My ultimate goal is to give till I have no breath left. And guess what else I do? I take from you guys. I take from the universe. And then I give. So be a giver and a taker. Let me scroll you guys out of here. A wonderful day you're going to have. with this new worldview you're going to be practicing. I can't even tell you how much I promise it to you. I can only promise you something that I've experienced or am experiencing. The change in my life, from changing my worldview or practicing a new worldview, it's not complete yet, but boy do I love the path. The Tao, it's called the way. Boy do I love the way. We can live so differently, so more pure. And I'm curing my anxieties and my depressions and my biases, my prejudices, my hateful thoughts, my judgments of others. Because I'm seeing a wholeness. None of the people that we recognize out there are wholly bad or wholly good. We just have to see their completeness. Thank you again. I'm not going to stop unless I stop here. Good morning, Emily. That would be Daniel. Nipper, good morning. Good morning. I might love me some Niffy. Anthony Hunt. Big guns, Anthony Hunt. He's working out. Melody Dawn, thank you for being here today. HB, you're going to have a lot to say tonight on Throwback Wednesday, or Way Back Wednesday. Herbie Von Worby Kebab, and Taylor Reese, and Mello, you make 'em on. I got to get down there someday. Cleany and I used to shoot slingshots together. He was faster, but I was more accurate. He's got the inside joke. Trenty the Trenty Trenterson, what a wonderful man. Old Zion gets it, just for today. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Nippy and Melody and Sarah Bear, big hugs. We're going to be talking about bears tomorrow. Michael Maticus, thank you, my good friend. And Aaron, Mr. Marmar's Classic. I like your answer when you get to the bottom of the valley, you get in the river. Unfortunately, not every valley has a river, but that was a poetic answer. Don't think I didn't see it. Jesus Christ in Australia. Love you, guy. Who else here? HB. Herbie Von Worby, Broken Furby Kebab. Niffy. You inspire me every day, Pops. You inspire me too, Niffy. Don't think you don't. I take from you too. I promise. Classic. And Mike Barball. And Kimberly the Golden Bolden. And P. Hendricks. Kind man. Mr. Phillips is telling us all that we're potatoes. And he's saying later. Mellow. Laura, have a divine day. Joey D's. Shroomy Diggs. Who else we got here? Pacers. Good guy. Pacers. Michael Maticus, you come on back. You are already a pleasant co-conspirator, we will call you. Who else do we have here this morning? Geroro, thank you for being here. And then Joey D's, we'll kill it with Joey D's. Pops D's, love. Practice wholeness today. Practice. Change your life. Pops out.